been a minute since I've been out here, but I'm going to demold this Predator helmet. First I'm going to get Matt Dennis's mask on the Purple Westcott paint up. I'll put that over here. See how that looks. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Whew! It is hot out here. It is hot. I am blazing sweat. Okay, y'all remember I did this fiberglass molding of this cardboard Predator helmet. I'm trying to get this thing out of the mold to see if I can make a resin casting of it. But the problem is, the mold is okay, but the cardboard and epoxy mask has stuck inside of it. And that's the problem. Where this fiberglass part seems to be okay. It's just a little bit stiff and sticky and whatnot. The silicone part is good. There's not really a problem with that. It's just this stiff cardboard. This isn't clay, so I can't like break the clay out and pull it up and then just peel the peel the silicone out. This is actual cardboard and epoxy that I'm pulling out of here. And I'm trying not to ruin the mask part, but sometimes things aren't as cooperative as you'd like them to be. So, I'm trying to take this up without it getting busted or broken. And we'll see how that works. So I should be able to just peel it right out with no problem. And but I've never done a cardboard molding before. This is the first cardboard molding I've actually done. So we are in it together to see how this turns out and to see whether this is a success. So far, I think in molding I am about 95 to 98% successful on pretty much anything I do. Because I do the research and study before I make the attempt. Like I said, this is just a silicone sleeve over the cardboard part of this thing, and the reason I don't want to tear this up is because of the fact that if I need to remold the mother mold part of this, which is this fiberglass shell, because it came out lumpy and bumpy and not that great, and I may have to do it in plaster, bandages, and things. Okay, so here we go with the release of the silicone sleeve from the fiberglass. Oh yes, now I know what the hang up is. You remember we had that hole plug? We had that plug for the there it is. Alright, now, of course, fiberglass and epoxy mask, still good, but a little damaged. I'll put that off to the side. The mold itself, not bad. Not too shabby. Looks very well done. Now, when I do cast a resin thing in here, it may implicate and may need some trimming and stuff afterwards. But like I said, what my plan is to make a resin, have that one set off to sleeve ever slips or cuts or whatever, tears and I can't fix it. I can show the resin master copy. Oh Lord, it is hot out here. Shit. I am dripping sweat like crazy. Oh my goodness. So not very good. But it was what I was working with under rain and all that stuff. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow. So here we have the sleeve from that. I'm just looking around making sure I take out any of the fiberglass or the cardboard particles that may have got embedded in the sleeve. And remember, this is the first time I've ever done a molding of a cardboard piece. There's a little plug there that came out well. That was for the tri-laser. And apparently we're good to go. We got a full biohelmet sleeve. I'm just going to put this back in here. And I'm going to try to lock it in place. The thing about this is I've got fiberglass, and then I've got the end edges and the flanges that I made, so they technically should be able to snap back in place, pop back in place, and for the most part they do. But I don't think in that case, yeah, I have a couple of these right back. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's hot in here. Thank goodness I've got an air conditioner over here, but it's not on the side of the shop. I've got these clips. I'll take these clips and I'll place them right on the edge of the mold and clamp it in. And it holds that mold to the form and doesn't allow it to distort. And I've got some more around here, I just don't know where they're at. Because the next one that I have to mold is this piece. And this is the cardboard resin head. But what I've got to do with this one, block out the eyes, block out the mouth. I've got to take down the tusk on here, the teeth and the tusk. I'm going to make that circular thing right there. And then I've got to clay mold, silicone mold this, put a clay pour on it, then I have to build a neck up under it. And I'm not sure whether to do a back of the head and a neck before, after, or during the pour. I really don't know exactly how to approach that because I have to mold this. And this will be probably a one-piece mold for the most part. Then I would do a clay pour, but then of course, like I said, I'll have to stay the action figures and mold in clay somehow, way or another, this part, the under part, and the neck, and have an open thing because this goes over your head like so. So I have to mold a neck piece right here down, and then when this gets molded, it has to be done up in clay, like I'm doing the hands. Then I have to sculpt in all the details and stuff I want to put in it, and then re-mold that in silicone as a final product. Same as I'm having to do the hands. And those hands that I have, the ones with cut off fingers, I'm making Jason hands with those right now. But those will also serve to be made into Predator hands. Plus, who was it? Matt Stilwell or somebody wanted me to do this. I've got Judge Dredd, the 3D helmet I did a few years ago. I've got that ready to mold. I'm going to probably do that one tomorrow. Because it's going to be raining. I imagine it'll be cooler out here in the shop than right now. And if I do it right now with the silicone, with this heat, it'll kick off and set up that quick. And that's what I'm a little sketchy about with the resin on this. That it'll set up and cure a little bit too quicker than I need. Let me go get another clip thing and I'll be right back. Dadgum if I can find my dang clip. I know they're in here. I've got them. I had them on the table. Shit, I don't know where they went. Oh, also I gotta give a shout out to my buddy, shit. What's his name? Anthony King. Sent me the Batman. That's actually the Michael Keaton Batman thing. Magnetic. But I'm going to use it for cosplay. I've got the Superman versus Batman outfit. I'm going to use that as a cowl for it. So I appreciated him for that. So I've got the whole outfit. I just need to get a cape. Oh, damn. Where are all these clips? I cannot find a thing in here. It is like somebody just came in here and stole them. And I don't like accusing people of anything unless I can be, oh, here's some. Well, no wonder. I've got them all around the Godzilla bucket because I was fixing that mold and forgot I put them around the Godzilla bucket. They're right in front of me and I can't see them. I'm that blind. Okay, so I'm going to clip these in places I need it. Right here. And the first attempt, there's two more. I need two more. I don't know exactly how many things of resin I'm going to need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix about a half cup full for it. Yes, clip these things in. For the most part, they're clipped in place. I just put these little clamps on the outside so the little flaps don't flop around. Because I'm going to be slush casting like this. So I don't need the edges to be flopping around. Alright, let me break out some resin, mix it up, and we'll start the first one. See where it leads us, see what happens. I can find my resin. This is the last I've got. This is Smooth Cast 65D, by the way. I've got some more, and I'm due to pick up some more. We got the A and B right here. And I'm going to use a brand new cup, I believe. I want a brand new cup for this. I'll put it up here so y'all can see. Alright. Put the cup right up here. This is a brand new cup. Now, as we've said before, we want to measure our resin by volume. So you want so many ounces of A and so many ounces of B. And, Lord have mercy. Let me go get a paper towel. To quote Smokey from the movie Friday, I'm not in Debo's pigeon coop, but I'm sweating like a slave in a swamp. I'm telling you, it's hot out here. And it ain't even Friday. And I ain't got no job. And I ain't got shit to do. But it's Thursday, it's Wednesday. I'm early on the sweating and the chicken coop shit. Alright. So here we go. We're going to measure this out. I'm going to probably measure out, see what it takes. It says 6 ounces of A, 6 ounces of B, and slush this bitch in here. Actually, let's go more, because this is a big project. I can always add, and that's what I'm going to do, is probably do polyfill and add polyfilled, God dog it. I just had a little bit of fucking fiber get in there. $10 ounces. Alright, we're going to take 10. We're going to go 10 ounces of A, 10 ounces of B. See what happens. I can use the leftover in this, because I'm making a pair of eyes for somebody on their Jason bust. They want some eyes for one of the masks. So, I've actually got a, had for a while that For Seal Studios kit, and I've got a couple of ones that are cast up, and I haven't painted them, but I need to mold up some more just to get ready. Alright, now I need 10 ounces of B. Now sometimes, like I said, you have this stuff set. Gotta shake well. I ain't shook well. Alright. 10 ounces of B. Hopefully we can get 10 ounces of B out of here. Yep, there we go. 10 ounces of B. I got a little bit more A left than I do B, or B left than I do A, which is okay. Now we'll stir this up. Now this is why I think I may do the remolding of the mother mold, because it's fiberglass, right? And anybody that knows working with fiberglass, if it's not smoothed out, it can be sharp, sticky. And if it does that, and just slush this around, get it all wet. Now I got to be careful, because some of this silicone mold is not as high as I wanted it to be for the flange. Therefore, it's going to stick to the fiberglass if it gets out of the mold. Now this would be just a beauty coat that I'm slushing around in here. Trying to get this whole thing wet. So however this may dry in the next few minutes is going to tell for the thickness of the thing. And since this fiberglass is sharp, prickly, and whatnot, I think it's going to be beneficial for me to make a mold shell in plaster, bandage, that type of thing. Now see, it's already starting to set up. It's running down, but it's getting slow and all that. And it's going to dry halfway through it. Look at that. See that? It dried halfway through. Thank God this is a master resin thing. So you can see how it dried. I've coated the inside, but it's dried halfway through, see? So I'm going to set that down and let that dry like that. Come out, do another little thing like that. Coat it. Then I'm going to go in and brush coat with a brush and fiber. What you got? This stuff, Urafil, right here. Cavasil, Urafil, stuff in this boxes. And I'm going to do that. And then we will see how this turns out. So within the next day or two, I had the first one officially done. But I want it to be thick enough to where it stands on its own, because like I said, if I do a plaster mold of it, I can do a plaster mold of it. With this and the silicone shell, do a plaster mold over it. And but so far this fiberglass is being cooperative. So that's going to be it for right now. Said it's heating up. Really can't see because of the light. See how that kind of slush molded it? And that's fine. I put more fiberglass in on top of that and it'll just make it thicker. It's not the underside that is what counts, it's the outside. So the underside could be lumpy, bumpy, and all that shit. I'll just take a Dremel or a sander and just buff it out, but it's the outside is what's important. So, I'll be the first one. We'll see how that goes. I'm sweating badly. I got to get out of this heat. Alright, so I thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in a bit.